The $1 Miracle. Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to tell you the most useful thing you can purchase with $1. And I'm not going to make you wait till the end, and I'm going to make this as short as possible. But I discovered this product, and for $1 I experienced what can only be described as a miracle. And here's that product. No, not the attractive stones here. Those were not $1. Those are actually free, strewn about the beaches of northern Michigan. Actually, only the first 25 pounds of stones are free. I think you pay a hefty fine after that. But the product that I am speaking of today is this Ozark Trail Walmart plastic Chinese-made headlamp. And this has proved to be one of the most useful things I have ever purchased. I actually got the idea to buy this from a video by Todderbert, who reviews portable radios. And he's very good at it and very entertaining. And if you are into radio at all, you should probably check that out. But he describes his nightly radio listening ritual and the tools he uses. And one of the primary tools is one of these little headlamps from Walmart for $1. It is powered by two of the kind of button type, almost a watch radio, that are included with it. And if you look on Walmart's website, I don't shop at Walmart very often, but for this product, I will. If you look on the website for this, they are still $1, and they promise 4 hours of lighting from this. So $1 for 4 hours of headlamp usage. I disagree. I have used this pretty nearly every night during the past few months for close to an hour every night, and it is still working. So 4 hours, no. Maybe I just happened to buy a miraculous one. It's like the oil in the lamps. It's just not going to go out. But I have used this quite a bit. I purchased these, one, again, like I said, because of Todderbert. So when he's listening to the radio at night, say you're lying in bed, your headphones in so you don't bother your spouse or your roommates or housemates, and you have a radio like this analog Chibo that is not backlit. So you turn it on. There's no light on the display. This headlamp is extremely useful in finding the buttons, the tuner, all of that, seeing what frequency you're on. So that's kind of originally what I purchased it for. Also, just to have in the car, say, as a emergency light source for camping. We are a family that likes to do camping and backpacking and the like. But since my injuries, and I have been pretty stationary on the sofa, and as the evenings are getting darker because we have passed the equinox and headed toward the solstice, the sun goes down awful early, and it's nice to have a headlamp nearby for those times when I'm lying on the sofa and I'm looking for something to do, whether it's listening to the radio, or say you have a radio that does have a backlit screen and is in Chinese. The buttons are still not lit, so in order to see the buttons, that headlamp is extremely useful for that purpose. Also, if you're lying in bed for extreme amounts of time, say due to an injury or something of the like, and you finally have time to finish that great novel that you have been meaning to finish for years. Headlamp is just bright enough to finish your novel, which I just did, by the way. Thumbs up. Brothers Karamazov, thumbs up. Now, is this the type of headlamp I would use if I were hiking, say, an after dark hike? No, not nearly bright enough. And I'm not really going to trust a $1 headlamp for that type of activity. That's just kind of foolhardy and dangerous. But the low light output of this is perfectly ideal for lying in bed, trying not to disturb your spouse or, again, um, housemates with kind of a bright headlamp, or blind yourself. You've got 150 lumens blasting at a white page. It's going to make it actually quite a bit harder to read. But the relatively low light of this headlamp is perfect for that. Ditto with reading the frequency chart. Ditto with reading a prescription bottle in the unlikely event that you have sustained injuries that have you on medication. Perfect for that. Comes in multiple colors. I bought several just to have, but I have been using the same one on the same batteries for, like I said, a few months now. So these have not even been turned on. They still have their little battery protector on them. Now, these aren't the most highly engineered pieces of equipment. The elastic has worn out. I can't believe I wore out the elastic before I ran out the battery, but and the elastic is enough that it still stay on my head, but it has popped out of the plastic housing here several times. I've had to put it back in, which is easy enough. But it's kind of malformed and stretched and unattractive, but still works perfectly fine. And when this one goes out, I'll stick it in a drawer until I find a cheap source of those button type batteries. But it's cheaper just to buy another headset for $1. If any of these last as long as this one has, sorry, I keep hitting my camera, then that's a tremendous deal. So you have $1. There's no more useful thing you can get with $1 than from Walmart, this Ozark Trail headlamp. Hundreds of uses, not just for those of us that are debilitated and lying on a sofa. So there you go. Didn't have to wait till the end. Go out and get yourself one or a bag full of them. You'll find probably many more uses than I've outlined here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you here again next time.